Everybody, this is Mr. James Yap over here. Basically, today the session we go into is on the virtual tutorial on four-part harmony. We are looking at interrupted cadence as well as plagal cadence. All right. First of all, we shall review and revise a little bit on last week's Hangout tutorial. Okay. So we will look at the screen a little bit. Okay, I will be shifting. Can you see the PDF?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, last week, basically, we are looking at this thing. So I just briefly go through. Now, perfect cadence, the main issue down here is that we are looking at how a cadence was built up and how we also can build, how we can recognize, and how do we use it. All right. So last week, different group I have already explained that basically it is a musical full stop over here, and then chord 5 shall resolve to chord 1 as soon as possible. And at the same time, I also have shown Formula 1, all right, F1, how this will help in your understanding of the melodic tendency. Okay, especially the one on Tito and then Re Mi. These two are the most important tendency over here. Whereas So is but a dominant pedal. Okay, so understanding how the structure of a 5-1 works, how it can end a piece of music or to establish a key. I also went through even during lecture time on Formula 2, whereby this the first most important priority tendency and followed by the radal. Okay, and this is a neutralizing or stabilizing effect on the chord. Okay, then resulting you have triple tonic and ohmic phase as well. So also we look into variations of Formula 1, where in this case, instead of Tito, Re, Mi, this particular So was taking over Re. Alright, so this is a variation of Formula 1. And we also recognize and we found and discover that, let's say in minor key, there's this occasion where for Formula 1 itself, you can do Picardy third. The reason behind it is word painting on the music itself. So again, it is using Formula 1 as you can see here, Tito, Re, Mi. All right, so this is just a revision. The need to understand the most important cadential point come to a phrase end. Okay, and today, basically, we will be looking into the interrupted cadence. Okay, first of all, what is interrupted cadence? Okay, we are looking into some of the PowerPoint slide or some of the notes your seniors have prepared a long time ago. Then we shall look into how they present themselves. Is it appropriate and they are used as an effective tool for us to review and learn. So for in this case, we can see rather the first sentence is say it is a musical surprise. Indeed, when we have a 5, for example, we have a 5, supposed to go to 1, okay? But you have a surprise instead of 5, 1, we go 5, go to 8, there's a surprise. So instead of moving from a 5 to 1 as one of our year aspect, the perfect cadence is interrupted. Okay, in America they call deceptive. That means there's a deceptive part like deceive. Okay, then some people call it intercept. All right, so something comes in, all right, to another chord, and usually in this case chord 6. As of your senior right, after interruption, the phrase will normally be extended and lead to a perfect cadence. May or may not be true, okay? Because it may also lead to an imperfect cadence. But the primary aim is supposedly 5 go to 1. But what happened was the 5 surprisingly deviate, okay, detract or went somewhere, okay. And then here we can see that usually what we learned previously, we have Formula 2, Tito, So, Mi, Re, Do, right? This is formula 2. We use it for the interrupted cadence. Why? Because the interrupted cadence can be used as an alternate or replacement cadence for 5 goes to 1. So over here, we can actually see that indeed T goes to Do, So go down to Mi, and Re go to Do for the top 3 part. So we can understand that, oh, 5, 6 can use formula 2. In this case, the example given is C minor, and it is true for C major as well. Now today when we cover during the classroom tutorial, we discover that beside these, in fact, there is sort of a variation for the formula 2 where T didn't go up to Do, but T slide down to La instead. So as you can see this. So this become a variation. So T, La, So, Mi, Re, Do instead of T, Do, So, Mi, Re, Do. But we have to be mindful this variation can only use in major key. What if you use it in minor key? Because in minor key, assume that this is a B flat, B natural, and you're having an A flat. What will happen to a soprano? We realize that basically that will be an augmented second. You know, so for theory-wise, this is not allowed. Okay, this is strictly prohibited. Okay, so therefore, for minor key, it cannot be used at all. That's why we learn the default formula 2 as T, Do, So, Mi, Re, Do. So this variation formula can only indeed use in C major, or rather in all the other major key. Okay, and besides this, we understand that the chord 5, 6 is not a full stop, it is a semicolon. Now we shall look at the Plagal cadence. This is another cadence, which we know that basically this is a full stop as well, but it's a passive one. Alright, passive one. And you see what your senior wrote down here? He says the final chord 1 is preceded by 4 rather than 5. For their research, they found that in Renaissance sacred music is frequently ending the motet and other pieces, creating the effect called Amen. So it's like Amen chord. It sounds something like that in major key. It goes like Amen, that kind of idea. Okay, so this is a nickname for it. That means agreeable and a bit more peaceful and things like that. Okay. Now we can see that the formula for the Plagal cadence begins with Do, Do, right at the top. Okay, Do, Do. Okay, I have to get away this one. Okay, Do, Do. Yeah, I don't know why it's like this. And then we have the La, So, Fa, Mi. We discover that for each of the formula that we have found, okay, at least 2 are basic melodic tendencies. In this case, La, So, and Fa, Mi. Okay, the high Do, remain Do is a tonic pedal. They are very good anchoring point to stabilize the chord. In this case, because of tonic, so the whole effect basically is pacifying. So other people call Plagal cadence as the pacifying cadence. Okay, so you can see over here the Do, remain Do, and in this case La go to So, and then Fa go down to Mi. Okay, so you can see from here. And of course, in the textbook that we have seen, when the chord fall in minor key, creating a Picardy third, they use this. More majestic in style. We don't have this as a formula at all. Use this to create certain effect. We don't use it very often. So we don't even call it as a formula at all. But you can use it for special effects. Okay? Good. So that is for Plagal cadence, which is a kind of pacifying full stop, as if it's in the language. So far, have you got any question?
No.
No.
Don't have at all.
Mm.
Okay, for example, perfect cadence. What is the role or duties or the chief purpose or aims or objective of perfect cadence?
Full stop.
Full stop.
Stop.
It acts as a full stop, as a punctuation mark, okay? But the chief function is to, why is it used in the beginning of music? Is to establish a key, right?
Yes.
At the end of the music, 5-1, the final 5-1 is to conclude the music, correct?
Mm.
Yeah, very good. Then for interrupted cadence. What is the two chief purpose of interrupted cadence? It acts as a what? Replacement chord, right?
Yes.
5/6 replaces 5/1 because if you use 5/1 too many times, the whole music will sound too steady, too still, too serious, too stately. So the music won't sound very smooth with too many chord 5 go to 1 perfect cadence. So 5/6 help the music to move more flowingly. Okay? So it acts as a replacement or alternate cadence to 5/1. That's for the first. Okay, so this is then the other one is to give a different kind of effect, a surprise effect. So it acts as a semicolon. That means something more to say. It didn't really ends there because something more is to come. So this is interrupted cadence. Okay, so that means I say, for example, now you are traveling from distance A to B, you deviate, but doesn't mean you will stop there forever because you will return back to the track or you will go back to the original plan. You will continue from it. So it's like a semicolon, just a break. Okay? Plagal cadence. What is the function of plagal cadence?
Surprise.
No, plagal cadence what? It's not so much of a surprise, but it's a pacifying kind of a cadence. That means usually you can be used like after final cadence 5/1, you use 4/1 to reaffirm. Okay, to reaffirm that the whole thing is concluded. So pacify means it gives the assurance, okay, everything is fine and it closes nicely. Okay, so any more other question?
No.
Okay, no other question. Basically, today we will end this session of the Smart Tutorial online, and we shall meet again for the classroom tutorial or lecture, and we will discuss further. Okay, thank you for the
Okay.
session. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.